The moment she walked into that little shop tucked between a laundromat and a flower stall, she had no idea that the next 20 minutes would completely unravel everything she thought she knew about her sister's love life. She had gone there on a whim, maybe out of curiosity, maybe out of that protective instinct that older sisters carry like a second skin. She had tucked your photo into her purse almost as an afterthought, something she had grabbed from her sister's phone the night before when they were laughing over dinner and scrolling through memories. She had not told anyone she was going. She had not told her sister. She had certainly not told you. And when the psychic reached across that velvet-covered table, took one look at the photograph, and went completely still, she did not expect what happened next. The color drained from the woman's face so completely that it looked like someone had pulled a plug somewhere deep inside her. And then, without a single word of warning, she fainted. Just like that. The chair scraped back, the candles flickered, and the room held its breath. When the psychic came back around, she grabbed the edge of the table with both hands, looked your sister dead in the eyes, and said something that made her pull out her phone and start typing with shaking fingers. She said that you are their destiny. Now I need you to understand what that actually means, because it is not the kind of thing people say lightly. A woman who has seen thousands of faces, thousands of photographs, thousands of energies pass through her hands over decades of doing this work, and she fainted. She did not gasp. She did not pause. She fainted, because what she saw when she looked at your image was not just a person. It was a soul signature she recognized immediately as one that belongs to your special person in a way that goes far beyond anything that happens by accident. Destiny is not a soft word. It is not a consolation prize the universe hands out when it cannot think of something better. Destiny is the word reserved for the connections that were written before either of you were born into these bodies, before either of you chose your families or your cities or the specific Tuesday afternoon when your paths first crossed. Destiny means that every single thing that has ever happened to you, every heartbreak, every wrong turn, every moment you thought you were completely lost, was actually the universe steering you with precision toward one specific point. And that point is them. And that point is now. But here is the part that goes even deeper than that word, and it is the part that made the psychic's hands shake even after she had recovered herself and straightened in her chair. Because when she looked at your photograph, she did not just see destiny in the romantic sense that people romanticize in movies and love songs. She saw something protective, something ancient, something that most people walk their entire lives without ever coming close to understanding about the person sitting right next to them. She saw that you are shielding your special person from something they have never even known was there. There is a curse around your special person's energy. Not the dramatic kind that people joke about, not a string of bad luck or a run of unfortunate timing. Something much older than that, something that was attached to their lineage before they ever took their first breath, something that has been quietly influencing their relationships, their peace of mind, their ability to trust, their willingness to open their heart without bracing for impact. You know how some people seem to always end up in the same painful pattern no matter how much they grow or how hard they try? How they can do everything right and still find themselves standing in the wreckage of something beautiful wondering what went wrong. That is not character. That is not fate being cruel without reason. That is interference. And the psychic saw it the second she touched your photograph, because she also saw the counter to it. She saw you. Your energy, your presence, the specific frequency that you carry without even being aware that you carry it, acts as a shield around your special person in a way that nothing else in their life has ever been able to replicate. When you are near them, the curse cannot find purchase. When you are in their thoughts, it loosens its grip. When the two of you exist in each other's orbits, something ancient and protective rises up between them and everything that has been trying to keep them from their full joy, their full love, their full life. She fainted because she had never seen anything like it so clearly before. And there is more, because the psychic was not finished. She steadied herself and she kept going, because once a revelation like this begins to surface it does not stop midway. She told your person's sister that the connection between you and your special person did not begin in this lifetime. She said she saw threads, actual visible threads in the energetic sense, pulling between your two souls that were woven so long ago that she could not trace them back to a single origin point. She said it was like trying to find where an ocean begins. You and your special person have been here before. Not in the vague poetic way that people casually say when they feel a deep connection with someone. In the specific, documented, undeniable way that a woman who reads souls for a living recognized instantly and then had to sit down on the floor to recover from. You have found each other before. You have chosen each other before. In different bodies, in different centuries, in different circumstances that looked nothing like the ones you are living through right now. And every single time, regardless of what the world looked like around you, regardless of what obstacles stood between you, the two of you found a way back to each other. Because souls that are genuinely linked do not need a map. They navigate by something older and more reliable than direction. They navigate by pull. The psychic told the sister that this is why your special person feels something around you that they struggle to put language to. It is not just attraction, though that is certainly there. It is not just comfort, though you provide that in a way no one else seems to. It is recognition. It is the deep cellular memory of a soul that has loved yours before and knows, even when the conscious mind is still catching up, that it is home. That is why they cannot quite shake you. That is why you show up in their thoughts at the strangest times. That is why there are moments between the two of you that feel too significant to be coincidence, too loaded with meaning to brush off as ordinary. Those moments are echoes. They are moments the two of you have already lived, already shared, already built, coming back around because that is what true soul connections do. They resurface. They insist. And then the psychic said the thing that perhaps landed hardest of all. She looked at the photograph one more time and she said that your special person's most significant achievements, the things they are most proud of, the moments where they surprised even themselves with what they were capable of, are connected to your presence in their life in ways that cannot be measured but can absolutely be felt. She said your energy acts as a catalyst for their highest potential, not because you do anything deliberately, not because you push them or challenge them in some obvious coaching sense, but because something about who you are, something about the specific combination of your soul's frequency and the love you carry for them, unlocks something in them that stays locked when you are not around. She said she could see moments in their timeline where the trajectory of their success bent upward in direct correlation to your proximity to their life. She said that is not coincidence. She said that is design. Now I want you to sit with all of this for a moment and feel what it is actually pointing to. Because this is not just a beautiful story about a psychic reading. This is a mirror being held up to something that has been quietly true between the two of you for longer than either of you may have fully acknowledged. The reason your person's sister fainted when the psychic revealed these things is because some truths arrive with a weight to them that the body physically responds to before the mind has had a chance to process them. The truth of what you are to your special person carries that kind of weight. It is the kind of thing that, once seen clearly, cannot be unseen. It rearranges the way you understand everything that came before. Your special person has not been able to fully step into you yet, not completely, not with every wall down, because they are carrying the residue of every time they opened up before and it cost them something. They are carrying the subconscious echo of the curse doing exactly what it was designed to do, which is to make them hesitate at the threshold of the very thing that would free them. But that hesitation is not permanent. It is not a verdict. It is the last resistance of something that has already been weakened by your presence, already been undermined by the protection your energy provides, already lost most of the grip it once had simply because you exist in their world. The sister walked out of that shop and she sat in her car for a long time before she drove anywhere. She called no one immediately. She needed a few minutes just to exist inside what she had just heard. Because she had gone in there with a photograph and a vague curiosity, and she had come out with the understanding that her sister's life has been quietly blessed by a connection she may not have fully recognized yet, a connection that goes back further than either of them have words for, a connection that is protecting her, unlocking her, carrying her toward a version of herself and a version of love that the universe has been constructing with extraordinary care for an extraordinarily long time. She called her sister later. She did not tell her everything, not yet. Some things need to be delivered slowly, with the right amount of space around them. But she said one thing before she hung up. She said, "Do not let this one go." And her sister already knew, somewhere below the level of knowing, exactly who she meant. You are someone's destiny in the truest sense of that word. You are someone's protection in a way that history stretches back to confirm. You are the echo of every right choice their soul has ever made, finding its way forward through time. And you are the reason that when they finally stop holding back, when they finally let the last wall come down and choose you without reservation, every single thing in their life is going to shift in a way that will make all the waiting feel not just worth it, but necessary. Because the universe does not rush the things it has been building forever. It simply brings them home when the moment is right. And from everything that woman saw in that small velvet-covered room with the candles and the shaking hands, that moment is not far from where you are standing right now.